Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 70 of the Playoff Push podcast. I'm your host, Jack Dobbins, and I have a great interview for you guys today. We haven't had Banana Ball in this podcast in a little while. It's been a little bit of a downslope with the season not going on, but we are back with a member of the Indianapolis Clowns, a very new member, Fisher Polydoroff, Old Knuckles. How we doing?
Doing fine and dandy, Jack. Thank you so much for having me on, man. I'm delighted to share my story with you and hear your takes, your questions. I'm looking at the banana ball jersey, party animals. That's it's elite, man. I love that you love the brand, that you understand what we're doing. It makes it 10 times more fun to share, the insight.
Had to deck it out. A surprise gift from my mother for Christmas. So
Oh, I
saw
love
that
it.
under the tree. I saw the bananas box. I was like, oh boy, here we
Oh
go.
yeah, seriously. Oh man. So thank you so much for having me on. I do
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
it.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna lead it off, man. You are really recently out of high school. You were a member of the class of 2024. You had a
Mhm.
perfect game grade of a 9, which is pretty darn good. Let's just talk about your transition from high school to college ball. You played 1 year of college ball before heading out to banana ball. What was that transition period like?
It was really interesting. I took an unconventional a route to banana ball, being that I saw a niche that really hadn't been captured, and the old timey baseball player. And I thought, why is nobody dressing up like a vintage baseball player with the old timey gloves and winding up like Satchel Paige and Bob Feller? And I was like, man, this is if anybody's got to do this, this is me. I went to Keller High School, and I was a highly touted prospect. At one time, I was the top uncommitted hitter in the state of Texas, and I had D1 offers from a lot of different schools, including Pepperdine, Tulane, Northwestern, and a lot of high academic, which meant a lot of tuition. And um, I chose to go the JUCO route because JUCO baseball is just taking off right now, and I had a blast at Weatherford. I made a lot of good friends. The coaches were awesome, and they really supported me even after I told them that I was dropping out of college to consequently become a Savannah Banana. And it played out perfectly. The timing of a new team, the Indianapolis Clowns, or a revival team, because as you know, I have a picture of me wearing a hat at 10 years old. I mean, an Indianapolis Clowns. It's a crazy story. It seems like it's God's plan that the Indianapolis Clowns would fall right into my fate, my destiny.
The Clowns being back is remarkable to me. It's been however many decades of inactivity and just preserved history, now being brought back in a very different form than it originally was. I just want to ask you next about like your feeling about playing for that history, about playing for a team with that not many baseball fans know in the current day that still has more history than a ton of other teams.
It's really profound, and I can look at it from standpoint of having been a fan and having known what it was for a while. Like the shock factor whenever Jesse announced that the team was going to be the Clowns was, man, just ridiculous. Like I never thought that Banana Ball was going to bring back one of my favorite teams as a kid. Like and it sounds so cliche, and like how are you a fan of it? It didn't even exist. Like I just read books. I loved reading about them. And it's crazy now.
It's just amazing just being able to see what's going on with Banana Ball with the addition of the Clowns and the coconuts and all the hype that's building up, selling out these stadiums. Man, it's truly remarkable stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing to be able to play for an organization that really puts like the focus on the fans. Like everything is about the fan experience and taking care of people's needs during the game. Like signing autographs during before and after the game is so important because we get to make those connections night after night. It's beautiful to watch.
Who's your favorite person that's really taken you under their wing in this Banana Ball transition period? Was there any certain person who really just helped you lock yourself in?
I would say definitely right off the bat, Jonathan Looters, who is now my
Oh
roommate,
yeah.
on the Texas Tailgaters, was really just a positive light, and shed a lot of light on the good side of Banana Ball and how to impact the fans, like how to be fans first. And also I have to give credit to Ryan Cox, the glove magician, who's always been like right alongside me with advice and great nuggets of information about the process because he's been with the Bananas for a while since 2023, I think.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about looters specifically. I had Brett Loftus, the voice of the Tailgaters, on the
Hmm.
show a little bit ago. Got to talk with him when the Party Animals took on the Tailgaters in the game I covered in Allentown last year. But Loftus was just all over looters. He was like, this
Hmm.
kid is the best person in the room all the time.
Hmm. Oh, truly, he's like he's a just they call him Sunshine for a reason, you know. Like it's truly amazing to step on that field at Grayson Stadium and everybody is just rooting for you. Everyone's great people. Like today was my first day back at the field in Savannah and being around probably just an eighth of the players in the org. It was really just warm welcome after warm welcome and those people I know have my back and they really just dig the shtick. They dig the character that I brought to Banana Ball and I'm so glad it was well received. Like I was a 19-year-old kid coming in with a lot of pizzazz and razzmatazz.
Speaking of the Clowns, I mean, Hank Aaron is obviously the biggest name to come out of the organization. That's arguably the greatest power hitter in the history of baseball. When you're looking at how this team's going to come back into the landscape of Banana Ball, where it's such a different game than when Hank Aaron played,
I feel like I have a unique position in being a vintage baseball player to pay tribute and homage. And it really just fits along with the storyline of me diving in and I've become a sort of the team historian. I've collected so many like artifacts and
ooh,
memorabilia from the Clowns, and I've taken a challenge from Jesse to be the team historian very seriously this
ooh,
off season, and I've come prepared with almost like a little museum sort of exhibition of Clowns memorabilia.
look at that. How much we talking?
Probably a numbers worth.
Like
I
roughly.
probably about $700-800 invested. Like
Wow.
just in
Okay.
just in probably little eBay trinkets, like the occasional like a lot of hats, a lot of baseball. There's a set of 1976 Laughlin Indianapolis Clowns cards that are
Ooh.
extremely hard to find, and they have the entire like there's 40 of the cards. I think I have 15, and those cards were hard to find, and they were not terribly cheap. But those cards are just such a cool piece of history because almost no one has them. They're very very rare and scarce.
Are you going to take him around with you during the trip, or are you going to just leave him in Savannah? What's the plan there?
I think I'm going to create some sort of like scrapbook kind of exhibit
Okay.
to kind of carry with me, and all of them will be protected. I'll probably never leave my sight on
Yeah, I
game
don't I
day.
don't blame you at all.
And it might even be in a framed like sort of case. Like this is what old Knuckles has collected from his days of traveling back in time to the Clowns.
You
Like,
got to like leave them in the middle of the infield during the game.
oh yeah. Dude, it's a really cool collection. I hope to just continue fortifying it and really paying tribute and homage to the original Clowns. I think it was the Globetrotters of baseball, before the Bananas were, and they just don't get the recognition that they deserve for that. They didn't, but now they with Banana Ball bringing them back, more people know about it.
So with you being, old Knuckles, do you really think that Banana Ball is the epitome of being able to bring fun into the game, of being able to bring this role into the game? Like, do you think Banana Ball is the best way to do that?
100%. It really marries all my talents and my hobbies and interests. It's a beautifully orchestrated circus, where I get to just be me and the best version of myself. Like I never thought that I would get to do that so soon and to have this platform and capture a niche that people love and I love, the community and I call them my knuckleheads. And those people just the people that get the shtick and that love it, and I really just cherish those people.
The ride or dies. Do you think they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be all over the place for these new organizations for you guys and the Coconuts?
100%. I think the people that I never saw any like backlash from the Clowns or the Coconuts I think that people were really they're really satisfied with a beach themed team and a traditional, barnstorming baseball team. That was the Bananas before them. Before the Bananas, two like just genius additions from Jesse, and the local Beach Coconuts, Indianapolis Clowns are they're talented. I'll tell you that.
I presume you watched MLB as a kid, just a wild guess.
Oh yeah,
So now that since we're very similar ages, we grew up in the same era of baseball. Now you get to be on
true.
the same field and the same team as Jackie Bradley Jr.
I
and
know.
Ryan Howard. What does that feel like, man? Like how do you get to that point?
It's crazy. I grew up watching Jackie Bradley Jr. and I actually grew up watching Ryan Howard and yeah, he's been playing since I was a kid and dominating. So to have him as a primetime coach, to have Jackie on the field all the time and to learn from like just he's so I can't imagine how many stories and awesome anecdotes I'm gonna obtain from him over the years.
I'm recording this in my dorm room. My bed is literally right here. I was
Mhm.
just chilling in bed during the draft, and I'm like, oh, okay, we all know Flash is going first overall. And then I hear Jackie Bradley Jr., and I just scream, what?
Yeah. Dude, I had the same exact reaction. Nobody except for the people that were in Savannah, who had maybe heard from Jesse, nobody knew about it. And like the broadcasters were shocked. I want to say Jesse just told like Fox and it was just a secret to the world and then bam, like we got our first full-time MLB player. Like that's crazy. And for it to be on for him to be on my team, like man, it's a true blessing to have that opportunity to learn from a guy like Jackie.
My actual words were, are you allowed to do that? Like,
I
I
know,
was
like
so confused.
it's such a cool opportunity for him, and for the sport of banana ball to grow. It's such a growing game that it makes you wonder what kind of MLB player after their career wouldn't want to do something like this, like create a cool character, maybe learn how to do some backflips or a cartwheel. I don't know about the backflips for the MLB guys, and they take themselves a little bit too seriously. But Jackie Bradley Jr. is perfect. He's a perfect fit because he's already learning how to do like backflips and somersaults, and like it's gonna be really cool to watch.
What city are you most excited to go to on this full tour?
I'm most excited to go to Birmingham, Alabama. I was just talking about Rickwood Field, the oldest living professional baseball stadium, and I just love that place so much. It's are you pulling out
I have to
something
reach over because I happened to meet the board of Rickwood Field when I was covering the Hall of Fame induction this year, and I got this
oh my gosh,
cool little
dude.
shirt from them.
Oh, that's sick.
I got like a
That's
hat too. The hat's back home, but I have the shirt here because I'm at Penn State and it's very cold, so I like my long sleeves. But I had to bring it
dude.
out the second you mentioned Rickwood. I was like, I need to pull this out.
That's perfect. I was just talking about Rickwood today. I've been there so many times as a kid. Probably I played in Hoover 8 times as a kid,
Wow.
playing like travel ball, and probably been to Rickwood 4. And every time I'm there, I just sit there in the stands, and like it feels like a baseball, just like an oasis of sorts.
That's one of my goals. I've never been on the southern border outside of Florida. So
Mhm.
I'm just hoping that one day I'll get to travel down to Birmingham and get to sit there and be like, wow, I'm here. Like I'm
Yeah,
in this place right now.
yeah, dude. It's a historic field. It's truly just historic. So to suit up and play for a historic team as a historic baseball player, I can't think of. I'm living a dream like right now.
Was it like an instant thought where you came up with the old Knuckles idea, or was it a long time in the making where you were thinking of like the logistics of it?
It was man, it truly happened 3 days before I tried out for banana ball. I thought I was just gonna go
Wow.
as myself. And then I remembered that I pitched like an old timey windup with an old timey glove in a summer ball game whenever I was 16. And the video was on TikTok. It actually did pretty well. It had like 200K. It's like that was my most viewed video for a while.
Wow.
And I was remembering that video before I was going to try out, and I was like, I'm the perfect guy to like play this vintage character. Like I'm going to be an old timey knuckleballer. I'm going to dress up like I'm from the 50s and create this character. I think I really had already thought of being like a vintage player, but I had never thought of being old Knuckles and creating a nickname for myself.
Yeah.
But at the tryout, you got to do anything you can to stand out. And if that meant like doing the dress up, doing the instruments, doing the languages, doing the shtick and an accent for the coaches, they just that was probably the funniest part to them. It was just me talking in a transatlantic accent, saying like I'm from Brooklyn, I'm a 1950s cat, and they just ate it up. They loved it, and I was really fortunate enough to pop off and strike out three dudes and hit a backside double off the wall. It was
Dang.
crazy.
There we go. Are you going to do both in the full season as well?
I will. I'll probably pinch hit and get in there as a reliever and deliver some really cool entrances and run celebrations. I'm so excited. It's like a dream job I never could have dreamed of as a kid.
And you mentioned something I wanted to save for this little final portion of the show. You said instruments. You're also a musician. I mean, how much stuff can one person do? You mentioned your love for the old school music. Where did that stem from?
It came unexpectedly from the movie Back to the Future, which is an '80s movie. But I
Hmm.
fell in love with the song Earth Angel from that movie, and where Marty McFly is playing the guitar on stage. And from then I discovered the doo-wop genre of the 1950s, the mid '50s, African American singers singing on the street corners and a cappella music. And I just fell in love with it, really. As a kid though, I kind of graduated to '60s soul and '70s funk and
Okay.
Motown R&B, and I go all the way back from my musical, like, kind of my prowess, my expertise on music is from 29 to 89. I listen to '80s music, and I still listen to modern music. A lot of people, or especially around Banana Ball, forget that I'm so young because I have mutton chops and I'm just an old soul in general. But I have to remind them, like, yeah, I listen to Kodak Black and Lil Yachty. Like, I'm 20 years old. Like, I went to high school like 2 years ago. Not even.
I need a Kodak doo-wop record right
Oh
now.
yeah,
I need that
yeah.
so bad.
A lot of people are asking for like the modernization of songs. Jesse loves those ones. He loves the ones that I do. That I've written some ones that turn from vintage songs to modern songs, and that's going to be really cool to see because I can rap. Like, that's
Ooh.
what's one of my prowesses musically is just being able to hit every genre, imitating voices and accents. Like, that's just always been it's always come natural.
You got to do one of those things where it's like a super long song and you just go from genre to genre to genre with beat switches throughout. That would be
Oh,
crazy.
that would be awesome. I would probably do like a 1920s through '80s like medley. Yeah, a
I'd
medley would be
love
really
that. That would
sick.
be so sick.
I got to start working on that. You're that's going to be the inspiration right there.
You got to start working on it. Just find a way to blend them together.
Oh yeah.
That's so cool. I'm going to finish this off with one final question, just so that people can get a better understanding of who you are and who you want to be in Banana Ball. If you could tell the people one thing about yourself to lock them in on why you should be their favorite Banana Ball player, this is your time to tell them.
I would say the reason I think I should be a favorite banana ball player is because I'm so authentic to the character, and I've spent my whole life basically being like, uniquely authentic and different in a lot of ways. I've never been given the aux cord to play my friend's favorite rap music because, like, everyone knows I just don't listen to, like, mainly modern music. The suits. I'm always dressed up in a vintage hat and got my dress shirt and a vintage tie here. And I really just I aim to make as many fans first moments and connect with people. Just spending extra time and being generous with my time. Like, that's really going to be my main goal for this year is to be generous with my time at the field.
Love it. Thank you so much for your time. That's going to do it here, episode 70 of the Playoff Push podcast. Any final words?
Um, never forget that being unique is beautiful, and try to diversify your repertoire with everything every day is a blessing that we get to diversify just our arsenal of tricks up our sleeve of being a good person every day. It's a relentless journey, and I'm here for anybody that sees this that wants to reach out, talk to me if you have any questions. Jack, you've been amazing, bro. I appreciate you having me on. You're very well versed. You got a future and play by play, calling, interviewing, just talking. It's awesome.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That's going to do it here from the Jack of all trades, Mr. Fisher Polydoroff. This is the end of episode 70. Thank you all for tuning in. That's going to be it. Have a great rest of your day.